Okay, hello everyone. All right, so let's talk about string concatenation. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and create the print function. Anytime you use a plus sign on integers, what happens is that they're added, and we know that. So if I print out 2 plus 5 and I run it, 2 is added to 5 and the result 7 is printed. What happens when you join two strings together with a plus sign? I'm going to have my first string here, and I'm going to say first string, and I'm going to add, well, not add, right? That's a bad word to use. The actual word is concatenate. That's what we're talking about today. It's concatenation. All right, so I'm going to concatenate it. Anytime you apply the plus sign on two strings, if your operands are two strings, you are concatenating the strings, and I'll talk about what that does in a second. So I'm concatenating it with my second string here, right? So I have two strings being concatenated. One string, concatenation, another string. What happens is it just takes this second string here and joins it to the string. Think of this plus sign as a glue. Okay, think of this plus sign. Well, you don't have to put this space over here. This is what I do so I can read my code. I space it out a little bit so I can read my code. Actually, this is really what what it is if you don't have any space in there. And so you can think of this plus sign as a glue that is applied to the end of this string and applied to the beginning of the string, and it just joins these two strings together. So when I print this out, before that, let me just put my spaces back there, right? Because it helps me read my code. So when I run this, we can see that first string has been joined to second string. It's just like a glue that is applied to, it just joins them together. It takes one string and takes the other one and mashes them together. Boom, right? All right, so the reason why we don't have a space because it's taking whatever you have in a string, exactly what you have in a string. We don't have any space in it. And it's taking the second string, whatever we have in there, and it's just mashing it up together. That's why we don't have a space. If we wanted a space, we have to either put a space in front before this S here in this second string. So we've generated a space, which means it's taking the string and it's joining it with this string. But this string has a space in there before the second string is displayed. So when I run this, you can see the space has been displayed. I can also close this now. So now let's go back to the original string we had and put the space in front of this, sorry, at the end of this first string here. It's going to display this first string in the space before joining the second string to the end of that. That space is also a character. So when I run this, we still have the space. So this is string concatenation. All right. All right. So how is this helpful? So sometimes you may write a string, a very long string. So let's do that. I'm going to write a string and say this. I'm going to say something. I'm going to create a very long string so that I can use it to demonstrate string concatenation. All right. So now remember I mentioned the fact that this line over here, I don't know if you see it, it's a gray line. That is a guideline for me so that I can type 80 characters on a line. Now it's a Python standard to type 80 characters on a line. Okay, and I want to stick by that standard. I don't want to exceed 80 characters on a line. And when you count the characters actually from, all the way here to the line, it's around 80 characters. I don't want to exceed that. So I need to break this line into two. Now I'm sure us at this point, the way you know how to break a line is with a backslash. So you may be tempted to put the backslash here, right? But sometimes, now remember, you're putting this backslash in a string, and sometimes if a character that follows that backslash is an escape character, it may cause problems. It may cause problems, in the way your string is displayed. So let's not do that. What you can do is you can break this string into two, right, or three, however you want it. So I'm going to, the way I do this, just like the two strings we had, right, I'm going to break this into two. The way I do this is, first of all, if I wanted to break it somewhere around here, right, I know I have an opening double quotation mark. I'm going to go ahead and close a string. I'm going to close it somewhere around here. Let's say I wanted to break it somewhere around here. I'm going to close it, which means that now I have an opening double quotation mark and I have its closing double quotation mark. This has become one string now. And I'm going to go ahead and concatenate it. I'm going to join it with this string, I already have an ending double quotation mark, and I'm going to place a double quotation mark in front of it this way. So I have two strings, just like we had before with first string and second string, the example we had before. I have one string here concatenated with this string here, right? All right, so I've just done what we did before. How do I break it now? Now, because I have this plus sign, I can go ahead and use the backslash, but I didn't want to use the backslash in the string because it's a possibility that that backslash can be in front of an escape character, which will cause the display to be rough, right? So now, because I've done this, I can put the backslash here, right? I can put a backslash here. I can put the backslash, at any good place, at any place, as long as it's around this plus sign, all right? So I can put a backslash. I'm going to put it actually. I'm going to put it actually here, right? I've never tried it here. I don't think I've tried it here, but we can try it and see. I'm going to put it somewhere here after this plus sign. Before I break the line, put a backslash and hit enter. All right. Now I've broken the line in two without affecting the way it looks, without affecting the string. When I run this, I have one long string here. I'm going to create a very long string so that I can. Okay. So again, we've encountered the same problem. The reason why there's no spaces here is because it's taking this first string and just joining it with the second string, and there's no space to separate them. So I can put a space right here, or I can put a space right here, whichever. I'm going to put a space right here, and then run it. You can see that it's fixed. I'm going to create a very long string so that I can use it to demonstrate string concatenation. So that's one use. That's one helpful reason to concatenate your strings. Right? Sometimes you may want to concatenate your string with another string. We will learn more things, and you kind of see the use of concatenation. All right. So yeah, that's it. If you have any questions, please comment down below, and I'll do everything to respond to them. Thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time with the next video. All right then. Bye-bye.